guys, today we're going to be doing a really cool idea that I've come across, a pop art zombie makeup tutorial. I thought this would be a really cool one to have for my Halloween series. As you can see, I already pre-sketched it out just so I would have kind of an idea of what I was going to get myself into here. And I honestly advise that you do the same thing. For this makeup, a lot of people use just body paint, but I figured that it would be kind of a cool idea to use both body paint and latex. So if you do not want to use latex, you can go ahead and skip to the designated point below and you can just do the body painting. However, I strongly advise that if you're going to use latex on your face like I did above my eyebrow, please put something over your eyebrow to protect it from the latex, because you can rip all of your hair out if you are not very careful. I made sure to do multiple layers of glue over my eyebrows to make sure that it would not mess up my eyebrow. Alright, so what I did was I started out by using cotton to kind of create these little lines to fit the jagged shape I had around my eye. And for some reason, I have this really bad habit of doing a lot of my work where the camera cannot see it, so I apologize for that, and I'm definitely going to try to be working on that in the future. But what I did here was just basically outlining my eyeliner rough sketch on my face. I used a felt tip liner for this. This is probably the best eyeliner to use because it comes off pretty easily. And it just honestly works pretty well for me. The next thing I did was I went ahead and did the cheek part where I wanted to have it ripped open. And I just covered a section of my face with latex and some tissue paper. You'll want to do 1-ply layers at a time, let those dry. Make sure they dry all the way, because if they don't, latex can be really a pain to handle if it's not dried all the way. I suggest using a hair dryer to speed the process up. It's much faster than air drying it. And then I just went back over that with some powder to kind of set the latex. Another thing I would like to warn everybody about is if you do attempt to do something like this, making holes in latex on your face, please be careful with scissors on your face, because you can actually cut your skin if you are not careful. I definitely suggest being very careful when you rip open holes in latex if you use a sharp instrument. And I basically just repeated the same process on the left side of my face. That part of my face I decided to just have hang off the bottom like it was in the picture at the beginning, and I did roughly the same process with the other side, and then I used a spatula to kind of help me get up under the paper. And I was not very happy with how the bottom looked, so I decided to cut it to make a better shape. Alright, and now for this part. I did not actually have a container of a specific facial color that I wanted to do for this. The green I had in my palette was too dark, so a lot of the video I spent kind of mixing my colors on my arm because I did not have a single color. I would definitely suggest buying a single base color specifically for this makeup. You can go with a green or blue or pink. You can actually look up a lot of references on this. They have a lot of different cool colors. I actually saw one that was pink, and it looked really awesome in my opinion. And you know, you can use whatever color you want. And I pretty much just had to mix my own color, which is why it looks kind of uneven in some spots, unfortunately. So after that, I decided that my left eye was going to be taken out, so I filled that with black, obviously, and then I went back in with a very small detail brush to kind of fix my edges, because even though it is a zombie, it is meant to be a pop art zombie, so it's supposed to be pretty. So I just then went in after that into all the little areas that I decided that I wanted A lot of the pop art makeup relies on the fact that a lot of it is outlined, so if you think it should be outlined, outline it. Outline every little inch of your face if you want. The more lines you put on there, the better it can look. Then I just decided to do kind of a cartoonish eyebrow, you know, I mean, cover over my own eyebrow. I did it on this side and tried to get it as nice looking as I could because I'm kind of a perfectionist, and then I repeated the same process on the other side. You can do beauty makeups with this if you want. You do not have to use body paint for this. You can use actual makeup. However, I would suggest not doing that because you can actually mix in body paint with your cosmetics, which would not be as fun. Then I went in to my cheek and decided to start on the teeth, and for some reason I like to hold things up in front of the camera as well, so again I apologize for that. And you can just kind of see my process here doing the teeth. I didn't do them evenly because, let's be honest, nobody has perfect teeth, and I decided that I was also going to have some missing teeth, so I ended up putting some black space in the back just to kind of give it more of a empty look to it. Alright, so now then I went back in after I filled the teeth in, and I went in with a red for the muscle area. I decided against putting too much detail into the muscles because I honestly think it looks better without doing too much detail with the muscles. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. You can make your makeup look awesome if you want to do that. Again, that's also just a matter of personal preference. Alright, and then after this, I decided to take some black eyeshadow and kind of hollow out my eye, make it look deeper and sunken in, and, you know, just kind of ring my area around my eye. I also decided to cover the body paint so that it wouldn't run when my eye is shut. So after I did that, I took a small, thin brush and decided to paint a cat eyeliner look on. Again, you can use eyeliner for this, but it's honestly up to you. I just decided to use body paint. However, body paint does not dry as fast, so you can use the eyeliner. And then after that, I just essentially decided to start going back in and outlining a lot of stuff. Put some more black over that just to make sure that it was set, and rimmed around my eye. And then the real fun starts. Alright, so I used a lot of different reference photos for this. You can find a lot of pop art zombies. You can look them up on Google. I used a couple different pictures for inspiration for this. After I went back in and outlined everything with black, which is kind of a staple on a pop art makeup, I essentially just decided to put wrinkles and lines and any little bump or nick or anything all over my face that I decided would look good for a zombie. And you can honestly just go wild with this step. I mean, the more stuff you add, the more it will look more authentic. You know, you can do less or you can do more, you know, it's just really up to you. I decided to add in some cheekbones just for aesthetic purposes, but you know, you can outline as much or as little as you want. I decided to add in a few kind of scrapes and cuts just so that I could go back in later on and add some fake blood trails in there because I thought those would look pretty cool. I added some bumps and just lines, obviously, like I said before. I kind of just went wherever there was something on my face. I kind of outlined it a little bit. I didn't outline it completely, just to kind of give it a hint of an outline. And pretty much that's just how I did it. Alright, and now for the blood trails part. This is optional as well. You don't have to do this one, but I thought it would look pretty cool. I decided to do some like blood drips from my face. I even added in a few more cuts just for so I could put in a little more, you know, just make it a little more even. Again, this is optional, so if you want to do this, you can. If not, just go ahead and put more lines on your face or laser beam or whatever you like. You think looks good. This last part is also optional. This was, I decided to have a little kind of ripped open space on my neck area, exposing kind of like my spine. You do not have to do this. I honestly just did it to kind of play around with it. I, in the end, wasn't super happy with how it turned out. So again, this is another optional thing that you can do. You can go all out and just have like a full ripped open neck prosthetic if you want. You can find tutorials on how to make those. You could also just paint the whole area opened up if you want. Again, that's another thing you can do. Or you can just add in some cuts, some scrapes, some bruises. Anything that you want to do with the makeup will look good because, I mean, hey, it's a zombie. It's dead, and you know, you can put whatever you want on it and it will probably look good. Alright, and now I'm putting on my turquoise colored wig, and I am done. You can go ahead and find any kind of neon colored wig that you have, or whatever you want to wear with it, and then your look is complete. And if you want to paint your arms, I would just suggest doing the same thing, or, you know, whatever else you want to do. And I wish you the best of luck on your makeup as I make stupid faces into my camera because I could not remember which side the black hole was on. So I decided to just squint both eyes and figured it out after a minute. So good luck, you guys, and I will see you next time.